Whoops. Let's turn this around. There we go. All right, here's homework 21. All right, so we're on homework 21 today. We worked on reflections today. We talked about that, introduced that to you. So we're going to talk about some more reflections tomorrow, and then we're going to have some little review stuff, talk about what our test might look like on Friday. So we're going to have a test on Friday over dilations, okay, translations, reflections, and so hopefully y'all done really good about learning these types of algebraic representations. It's going to be a lot of picking the correct algebraic representation. So as long as you know that, then you'll be in good shape for our test on Friday. All right, so let's get started. All right, so number one says to write an algebraic representation of the dilation shown below. So we know this is a dilation, all right, because it says it right here. So I'm going to underline that, or circle it actually. So I know it's a dilation, so I know this is going to be an enlargement or a reduction. And I know it's a enlargement or reduction because look, I have a bigger type, looks like a home plate, and then a smaller, what looks like a home plate. So remember, the bigger one is going to be either the old or the new one, okay? The pre-image or the new image, right? So we need to find out what's going to be the pre-image. And I know it's the big one because you see how this big one points here doesn't have the little line marks next to it. So remember, we did that before and we highlighted that in pink. So the big one gets highlighted like so. And then the small one we're going to do in green. Okay, because it's being made into the small one. So we know this is a reduction, right? So if it's a reduction, okay, I'm going to write this here. It's a reduction. Okay, so I know that my scale factor has to be less than 1. All right. So my scale factor less than 1. So we'll look at these points here that we have. We got 3 and 3 and 1 and 1. Those are good points to use. So what I would use is this 3, 3, and then this 1, 1. All right. So what happens to go from 3 to 1 is basically what we're talking about. Okay. So new over old. Okay, an example I'll put down here. Let's say I went from point 5 to 10. Okay, and then like that would be 1/2. Okay, that's my scale factor. So we need an algebraic representation. So it's going to be x comma y, the arrow, and then whatever our scale factor is going to be, that times x and that times y, because remember we're multiplying. Okay, so that's what we got. That's what you need to find out. Okay. All right. That's number 1. Number 2. Does the algebraic representation x comma y, okay, and it changes to x plus 3 comma y plus 1, does it represent a dilation or a translation? So the answer is going to be either a dilation or a translation. So we'll kind of rewrite that here. That way it doesn't look, it's not broken up in like it is in that sentence. X plus 3 comma y plus 1. Okay, hopefully that should be easy. You should know what this is, okay? If it has the plus and the plus. So your answer is either going to be this or that. That's all you need to have for this one. So really not a lot of work for number 2. All right? Okay. Number 3. A figure is moved 3 units up and 8 units to the right. what is the algebraic representation of this translation? So I got some key stuff that I'm going to underline. 3 units up, 8 units to the right. Again, we're looking for the algebraic representation of this translation. I'm going to circle that. Okay, so that tells you it's going to be x plus or minus something, a number, and then y plus or minus a number. So we got to be able to find that. So x comma y changes to x plus a number and then y plus a number. An example of what it would look like. X comma y, this is an example. Okay. We'll say x plus 1, y minus 1. Something like that. So, all right, so you get your answer from our information up here. Again, not a lot of work for that one, so that's good. All right, number 4. Order the following numbers in descending order. I'm gonna circle that. Descending order. Remember, that's going down, so we're going greatest. Let's type this in. We got greatest to least. There we go, just like that. Greatest to least. All right, so we got 2 1/2, 3.85%, 1.05 squared, and then the square root of 16 over 2. Again, if you need to come do this one in the morning or like right when class starts, because we have the calculators here, then come in the morning before school starts. All right, that's number 4. Number 5. Hold on. Okay. Number 5. If a shape is dilated by a scale factor of 1/2, will the image be congruent to the pre-image? So my scale factor is 1/2. I'm going to circle that. Okay. And I'll rewrite it here. Scale factor is 1/2. So if it's dilated by that, that means we're multiplying by this. Okay, we're multiplying all the points of the shape by that, or we're multiplying the sides by that. So is it going to be congruent or not? We learned what congruent means today. That means it's going to be the same. So is this going to be the same size if we multiply it by 1/2? Yes or no question. Very simple. Man, y'all got it easy on this homework today. Not that hard, not that difficult. Okay. Here's number 6. Kelly plans to put her graduation money into an account and leave it there for 4 years while she goes to college. She receives $750 in graduation money that she puts into an account that earns 4.25% interest compounded semi-annually. How much will be in Kelly's account at the end of 4 years? So let me check this and make sure that Ms. McFerrin meant to put semi-annual. Let me see what she put for her answer. Well, there's not one there, so let's see. Because we're not going to have to do anything semi-annually. So what we'll do, what I want you to do is to scratch this out. We're just going to make that annually. Okay, don't worry about semi-annually. That's something totally different. All right, so now I know this is an interest problem. So is it simple or compound? And it tells me right here, compounded. Okay, so it's compound interest. How much will be in her account at the end of 4 years? Look, there's the time right there. Okay, don't skip that just because it's not a number. Okay, that's still 4 years. Okay, so number 4. And it says it up there also. So your formula, we did this today in the warm-up. Okay, we did this today in the warm-up, is the amount, total amount equals the principal multiplied by 1 plus the interest rate. and then time is the exponent. Okay, so there's the formula you're going to use for this one. Okay, again, if you need to come in the morning, put this in the calculator, then do that. We'll do it really quick when we get in class. All right, number 7. It says write an algebraic representation of the translation shown below. Okay, so here I got this triangle and it's ABC. I got this triangle and it's A prime, B prime, and C prime. So we know by now that this is my new image. Okay, so this is a translation. Okay, and I'm going to underline or circle that. Okay, translation. So what we know, if we see the word translation, is that this triangle is sliding over here and then down there to that one. It stays the same orientation, which means it's facing the same way. All I did was slide over. So we need an algebraic representation. So every point here, the x value is moving. Okay, obviously it's moving to the right, and every point, the y value is moving down. So you're going to have to find out how much does each point move to the right and how much it moves down. Once you find that, then you can write your algebraic representation. X comma y, and then that's what you're going to have to write in. Okay? All right. Here's number 8. What is the slope of the line that passes through the points A, 5, 3, and then B, -1, 1? So it's been a while since we've done one like this. Okay? So we're going to put these, I'm going to write these points. 5, 3. Whoops. And then B, -1, 1. All right. So this is where we put the y's. y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1, and then we put it in our calculator and we find out what it is simplified. So like remember, this is where you could put 1 minus 3 over -1 minus 5. Okay? Or you can do it this way, 3 minus 1, but the y's have to be on top. 3 minus 1 over 5 minus -1. Okay, so don't let that negative fool you either. All right. That was number 8. Here's number 9. A rectangle has a perimeter of 43 inches. If this rectangle is dilated by a scale factor of 20, what is the new perimeter of the rectangle? Okay, so it gives me the perimeter and it tells me a scale factor. So automatically right there, okay, scale factor is 20. So when it tells me that the scale factor is 20, then I know that this is an effective scale factor. So I'm going to have to multiply my scale factor times the perimeter of this to get the new perimeter. Okay. So, but remember, when it's area, it's asking for area, then we have to square that one. Okay. In this case, it's asking for perimeter. Okay. So we don't have to square it. All we have to do is just multiply. Okay. So we're multiplying 20 times 43 basically is what we're doing. And that's going to give you the new perimeter. All right. Last one. Number 10. Write an equation in slope-intercept form of the graph below. Okay. So slope-intercept form, we got this by now. Y equals mx plus b. Okay. Find the slope and then find the y-intercept. The better you get at answering these questions, at writing it out and figuring it out from writing it, then the better you're going to be on your STAR test, R test, because it's going to be mostly multiple choice and you're just going to have to pick the correct one. So if you can write it out like this, then you're going to be in great shape to get most of those questions correct. Okay, because it's going to give you the 4 choices and you're going to have to pick the correct one. Okay, sometimes it's going to give you your y-intercept. Okay, like 2 of the answer choices are going to be the correct y-intercept and 2 of them aren't going to be the correct y-intercept. So if you can determine that, in this case it's 3, if you can determine that, then a lot of times you can take two answer choices off because it's going to have the wrong y-intercept. It's going to say like +6 there. And no, it's not +6, it's +3. Okay, so a lot of times you can use your answers, okay, to your benefit or to your advantage. All right, so that's it for the homework. We got this homework, we got tomorrow's homework, and then that's the end of the homeworks for this 6 weeks. Okay. Today we did our homework wall, got all the missing assignments from 11 through 20. If you didn't get it, then you need to get it, but mostly everybody did, so hopefully all those homeworks are picked up and turned in sometime soon. All right.